Imagine, if you will, the tiny little backwater crossroads of Cold Harbor, Virginia, 162 years ago in 1862. I would think the entire population of the area was probably 100 people or less. But all of a sudden, overnight, thousands and thousands of Civil War soldiers descended on that tiny little crossroads and covered the woods and fields behind me. They were camped right here. Boys from Vermont and Massachusetts and Maine and New York, and then others from Texas and North Carolina and Alabama, all here fighting for their lives. And then overnight, they were gone. Cold Harbor was quiet for 2 years after that, until in June of 1864, Lee and Grant met on this land. I'm here to try to find what the soldiers left behind. I'm the battlefield walker. Okay, first signal of the day. There it is, a bullet. And it's a 3-ringer, but it's just what I was hoping for. That Civil War bullet is corroded in a way that I don't see in Cold Harbor unless it was sitting in its own black powder. It has a little bit of corrosion there, and the black powder of other bullets. I am right where I want to be. I feel like that there were a bunch of bullets dropped close by around here somewhere because of this corrosion. So first signal of the day, literally 2 minutes into the field. Good start. 12 inches away from that last 3-ringer that looks like it was dropped with its powder and stayed there for a while, getting another really good signal. What amazes me is that I've been hunting this field, or this series of fields where this camp was, since 2013. And all of a sudden I'm out here today, and in just minutes I'm digging Civil War bullets after all this time I've spent in this field. That's a wickedly good signal. It's just amazing to me. That doesn't sound like a bullet, nail or something. Still got a good signal down in that hole. Okay, let's take a look and see if we see that same corrosion. Yeah, look at that corrosion. Would not be surprised if we don't find a bunch of bullets in this one little spot. I don't know, that sounds like there's something else in there. Oh yeah. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for campfire ash. Yeah, we're right on it. Alright, so we're watching for campfire ash. Alright, you see that white down in the hole? That white right there? Alright, nice little 3-ringer. Alright, see if there's any more in there. Yep. Okay, we got a signal here, then we got a signal here. We got another little spill of bullets here. Alright, there's one of them right there. Now I'm seeing black powder. But I got more signals there, more signals there. Another little piece of nail. There's another one. What is that, 5? Oh yeah, and look down there, look. Campfire ash, look at that. That's where that bullet came out of. I see black powder, white, either where the bullet was or there's another one. And you can see that campfire ash. Just discolorations in the soil that don't look natural. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, baby. There he is. We got here, dug that first bullet, and haven't moved out of this one little spot that you could cover with the lid of a trash can. We're not done. We are not done. I've got bullets here, bullets here. When you run up on something like this, that you might just spend the whole daggone day in one little spot. I might not ever move from here. My pinpointer's going crazy down there. All right, I'm seeing black ash. amazing to me. 162 years ago, Civil War soldiers were sitting around a campfire right here, and I get to dig it and see what they left behind. There's another 3-ringer. Look at the black powder still down in the 3-ringer. A little piece of nail. There's another one. This is getting fun real fast. I think that's a percussion cap. Still getting signals there. Getting a signal right there. There's another one. Last time I hunted, and I hunted all day for 2 round balls and a 3-ringer at a different location. And I've been here for 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've gone another direction in this hole. We've got about 15 bullets out of here so far, out of this one hole. And this is a good time for me to explain something to you. You take that, what you think is campfire ash, and you rub it on your palm. If it leaves a mark, it's campfire ash. If it doesn't, it's black powder. Oh, that's campfire ash. I found 3 in this little pile. There's 2 there and 1 there that I found down in this little corner. Bullets sitting nose to tail. There's one of them. There's another one. Sitting in their own black powder. That's why they look so corroded. That's why if I ever find a corroded Civil War bullet on a campsite, I dig further, because that means it was dropped and there's liable to be more. Percussion caps fall to pieces and buttons are really bad corroded if they're sitting down in black powder. Dropped here 162 years ago. There's the next one. I don't know, we're probably up to 25 bullets in this one little hole alone. And we're still getting signals. Is that a bullet? Yep. Right there. There's another bullet, you see it? What is that? It almost seems like melted brass. But I don't see an end in sight yet. Okay, something in this clod. A nail. After about an hour and a half, I don't have any more signals. Yeah, I definitely got more signals over there. There it is. Another bullet. Alright, that's where I dug those, whatever it was, 27 bullets, I think, right there. And I'm getting a pretty big signal 3 or 4 feet away right here. There's another Civil War bullet. Pretty shallow. See if there's any more in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm getting one right there and a strong one right there. A piece of glass that certainly looks like it's Civil War period to me. That white right there looks like a bullet to me. And there's another one. Yep, I'm getting more signals there, deeper. And there's a different piece of glass, a light brown piece of glass like a beer bottle. There's our bullet right there. Here's another deep signal right here. All right, there's yet another one. All right, so we ended up with 32 3-ring bullets and some nails and bits of glass and things like that. Had some lunch, a delicious sardine sandwich, and we're going to see what we can find. All right, so I figured if you're winning, why change your game plan? So I came right back to the spot where I found all the bullets, and maybe 10 feet away, another very corroded 3-ringer. Okay. Yeah, another bullet. You see it, don't you? Right there. There's another one. And yet another. Oh, we got more in here. Everywhere I step, I'm finding 3-ring bullets here. Yep, we got it. Well, I stood up too soon. I thought that was a single bullet. Isn't it amazing to think that the last guy that touched that was a Civil War soldier? All right, there's another one. Nope, I don't hear anything else there. We just found 2 in that hole. One right there, one right there. And why in the world haven't I heard these before? It's amazing to me. that I haven't heard them. But good night knows, that sure does tell you. Don't quit on your spot because you think you found it all. If this was Jake Murdoch, he'd have this one dug and 3 more in the time it takes me to dig one. Oh yeah, you can see it real good in the sun. Man, you just can't complain about finding this cache of bullets. There she goes. There's 2 in that hole. Yep, another bullet. Man, I tell you, the mystery of the day for me is how I've missed all these targets for the last 10 or 11 years. Yet another one. Come on out of there, big boy. There he is. I hope you're probably getting tired of watching me dig the same thing over and over again. Every bullet just brings to life the soldiers. Time for a water break. They just keep coming. Oh, look at that, something different. There's a round pistol ball. That might be a .41 caliber pistol ball. I'm digging deep stuff. A pretty deep bullet. Oh, that was number 50 too. Number 51 is in there just sure as you're born. There's another one, whatever number that is. I have spent all day in a spot the size of a 1-car garage. Okay, this one's deep. I have at least one. Uh-oh, I just struck another one. I thought there was more than one down in here. Oh, look at the black powder on that one. Oh, that must not have been a bullet. No, there it is. Oh yeah, more down there. That one was a couple of inches deeper than the other 2, and that one is full of that black powder corrosion. All right, we got 3 out. More something. This has sure enough been a fun hunt. Here's another one, very corroded, very full of black powder. Still more in there. Got a cramp in my leg. This kind of day it's hard to quit, because you know, for whatever reason, your machine is slaying today. But I'm old and tired. I gotta quit pretty soon. And what do you know? We're not done. Another one. Now I think we're done. All right, I'm gonna dig this up and quit. All right, surprise, surprise. It is a 3-ring bullet. How odd. Alright, so there's your last bullet of the day, probably. Man, seriously, I'm telling you, a day like today will spoil you rotten. But this is a perfect lesson in the idea that a place is just never hunted out. In that vein, let's take a little quick look back today. When I was a boy of maybe 12 or 13, I specifically remember going out to relic hunt one day. And for the first time in my life, because I grew up in Cold Harbor, first time in my life I was skunked. I was just so disillusioned and frustrated. Daddy said, how'd you do? Now, Daddy started relic hunting in the 1950s, and he found a boatload of great stuff. I said, I'm done with relic hunting. He said, what are you talking about? I said, there's nothing left in the woods to be found. We've found it all. Daddy didn't argue with me. He just said, come on. He grabbed his Metrotech, said, come with me. Well, I didn't want to go back in the woods. I was 12 years old. I thought my father was an idiot. And he made me follow him for about the next 45 minutes. And I think he found 12 or 13 bullets in the woods in that time. And he just showed me that I wasn't hunting slow enough. I wasn't paying close enough attention. And mostly he just showed me that we hadn't found it all.
And obviously after today, I'm convinced that I haven't found it all on this farm. But he found two things I want to show you. In my display case, I have 2 bullets in wood. When I told Daddy everything was gone, he walked to a specific spot down in the creek, right on the border of the Cold Harbor National Battlefield Park. He started walking through this swampy ground, and he got a signal, and he dug down, and he dug the bullet in wood on the right. And you'll notice it doesn't have any patina because that thing was in a log that was submerged in the black swamp. And then he walked over to a creek, to a log like this big, that my friends and I always used to walk across the creek. He knew it was old enough to have been not just witness wood, but a big piece of wood when the battle happened, and he was expecting a bullet. He didn't find any. He gets off the log, hops down into the creek, and takes the Metrotech, starts detecting on the underside of that big log that we were still using as a bridge across the creek. Sure enough, he got a signal, split it out with his digger, took it home. Obviously, 2 bullets in wood. But they came from that day when I thought everything was gone. And I was definitely wrong. It's still out there. It's harder to find, but the Civil War relics are still there. I'll definitely be going back to that farm. If you like what you saw today, feel free to subscribe to the channel and go relic hunting with me again. For 50 years, I've been walking the battlefields. That's why they call me the battlefield walker. You be good and say your prayers.